I know we're all in lockdown, and in this quarantine, there's no better film that you should be watching right now than Corona Zombies. You got to see it. Welcome to the Film Threat Podcast. I am Chris Gore. I have a very special guest today, Charlie Band of Full Moon Entertainment, the director, producer of Corona Zombies, which is a film that, if you have not heard of, it's the movie we need now. If you're in, and I'm so honored to have you on, Charlie. I don't know if you remember years ago, I co-hosted some DVD commentaries with you. Came to your offices. So fun.
I do. I think that was downtown, right? LA.
Downtown LA at those offices. Right. Get all the cool merch and whatnot. But I'm so excited about this film. We covered it the last couple weeks, and it really is. I mean, here we're dealing with, the world's different now. There's going to be movies that were made before the pandemic and movies that were made after. This addresses it while it's happening, which is kind of crazy. So I need to know, like, how did this all come together? How did you pull this thing together in like such a quick way? I know you combined two movies and shot new footage, but can you tell me a little bit about how this film got made? And I'm just curious to hear the story.
Yeah, it was pretty much on the eve of it getting real. This whole pandemic getting really serious here in the States. I mean, I followed it early on. I grew up in Italy. I have friends in Italy, so I was well aware that we were heading for a hard time here. And as people were paying more and more attention to it, this was about the 15th of March. I had this idea to do a I don't know if those who've seen it will kind of know what it is, but to do definitely a comedy, something that made a little fun, poke some fun at how everybody was running and trying to grab toilet paper out of other people's hands, and just the whole bizarre situation was really heating up. And I thought, let's find a way to have some fun with this, make it really topical and pull in some zombie footage. I had this whole "What's Up, Tiger Lily" sort of idea. In a way, I hate to blow it for people who haven't seen it, but I know we've had some, a lot of good reaction and some real bad reaction. I think a lot of people thought in the beginning, before they saw the movie or the movie was out, that the film was kind of a straight up zombie movie, which it isn't. Mm-hmm. But in terms of how this thing came together, I had this idea literally in the middle of the night, which is rare for me. I usually don't do that. And I wrote it down. I wrote down the title, Corona Zombies. And literally 5 days later, we were shooting the film, because it involved one day of shoot. And now that I'm getting my timeline straight, we actually shot it on March 20th, which was the first day when Los Angeles was on a sort of lockdown. So it was a little bizarre driving out to the location with the very small crew and literally one chick who was Cody, who is the only cast member we needed, the only actress we needed. Where normally the drive would be an hour, it took me 20 minutes. The place was sort of deserted. It was just really surreal. And we came with our masks, and it was a 9-hour shoot, got the material I needed. We had a small crew. We had, our zombie guys, we had the actress. And so we shot this material that is sort of the interstitial material that wraps its way through the story we're telling, through her looking at various newscasts about the pandemic. And we created this sort of faux story wrapped around two zombie movies. One is a movie that's a full moon movie called Zombies versus Strippers. The other one is a movie called that I acquired from a friend, Bill Lustig at Blue Underground, called Hell of the Living Dead, which is an old 1980s, really off the charts zombie movie. And, all that material, in post, we cleaned it up and basically wiped out the soundtrack so that all the dialogue was very funny and topical and apropos the pandemic. That alone was a task, because other than the one day of shoot, everything had to be done from people's homes. So we had, I think, 9 different actors, voice actors, who did all the voices for all the characters in the combo of the 2 zombie movies. And these are all very well-known voice actors who literally phoned it in. In some cases, they had mics at home because they're professionals. In some cases, they recorded their lines on their iPhone.
Well, as you're proving now, actually, the sound on an iPhone is actually pretty good. I mean, you're doing this from a phone. And I also, it's funny that I saw some behind the scenes photos of you shooting. You did wear a face mask during you were directing.
Well, yes and no. In truth, I faked it a little bit, which is bad. Now we're about to shoot a second episode in the series, literally Mondays. So your timing is pretty crazy.
Wait a second.
I'll talk about
there's going to be more Corona zombies? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, no, we've gone. I mean, this is the second episode of the series is being shot during the pandemic. It's moments later, after the end of the first one, but it has a whole different theme. But I'll get back to that. Let me just finish.
Okay, cool.
Because you asked how we did it. So anyway, post-production was intense because we had to, again, go and pluck out all this music. We had, all the audio from the voice actors, the music from the person who did the new material. We needed the new music, the editor, post sound. I mean, all this was finished in literally 3 weeks, and we released it on I believe it was the 10th of April. So sort of from concept to literally the release, it was 28 days later, which is kind of funny. So that's kind of how it worked. It gave us all something really kind of fun to do from our homes, which that alone is worth it. I mean, we have quite a library. Luckily, we're in the business of delivering hopefully entertaining movies to people's homes. So we're in a good business during this terrible period. I'm just grateful I don't own a restaurant or something, because we can keep being inventive and from home, so to speak. So this thing turned out to be, quite a strange little success. We had a lot of haters, but way more people who, once they saw the movie, enjoyed the humor, liked it, and felt it was it was good during a time when everyone's watching, movies at home that have nothing to do with the pandemic. So I know I'm going on and on trying to explain how it happened, but that's sort of how it worked out.
Well, I'm glad you brought up What's Up, Tiger Lily. I mean, that's a comedy that Woody Allen made years ago, where he mixed footage and redid. That was my first thought when I'm watching this. I'm like, oh wait, this is a What's Up, Tiger Lily. This is a remix. And it's so clever. See, this is what's great about indie filmmaking to me, and what you did. And I should mention, if you're not going to do a plug, then I will. You kind of used Corona Zombies as a way to launch your new Full Moon Entertainment app that's available on Roku boxes and whatnot, right? You can download the movie, but you can also get the Full Moon app.
The app's been around for a few months, but this is the first thing that we released exclusively on that app. And it's, I keep forgetting the plug stuff. So it's just
I'll help you.
fullmoonfeatures.com. It's got hundreds of movies. It's got the Full Moon library. We have a whole slew of new things that are going to be exclusive to the app. You can get it on your Xbox, on Roku, Apple TV. You can go online and just go to fullmoonfeatures.com. Say, this was the first exclusive program that we invented, and there's one right behind it I'll tell you about. But now, have you had a chance to see it yet?
Oh, Corona Zombies? I've seen it 3 times. I've seen it. First of all, it's short. It's short as a feature, which is actually, to me, always goes to the top of my list. It's like, oh, great. 70 minutes is my favorite running time. But I agree. I love a short indie movie. Get in, get out. There's no time to get bored. It's fun from beginning to end. It knows what it is, right? I mean, it's cheesy. It's even the bookends with I'm spacing on the actress's name, but she's so good.
Cody. Yeah, she's great.
Cody, right. She's awesome. I mean, she totally just hams it up. And it's like, look, this is what, what do we, here we are. You decided to make a movie. It's like 28 days from concept to completion is remarkable. And I think that's what's cool about indie film. This is what I was getting to, is indie film is lean. Indie film, you're not going to have, film crews of 70 people on an indie film. You'll have under 10 people, which is why indie film can still flourish during a lockdown, and you did it. I feel like this is an example to other indie filmmakers. So yeah,
thank you. Yeah, we did it. Now, the it is kind of a breakneck speed, and I think because we've done this all for so long and the challenge was there, we made it happen. But it's also nice to know that I think we created something very entertaining. The fact that you watch it 3 times is pretty remarkable. But it's fun. I mean, the lines are funny. There's stuff in there that I think, I mean, for me is very entertaining. And we sort of stumbled on a format that we're now going to repeat, we hope, every 30 days. So one of the things we did, back to a plug, because I keep forgetting that, is we announced, let's see, today's Friday. So on Wednesday, we announced, and we've put out a little bit of promotion, that if people come on board and sign up for Full Moon Streaming for a year, which is $59, not $1 million, we're going to send the person a 12 Blu-ray Puppet Master box set, which is like $120, $30 value. And it's kind of crazy. People were saying, well, that's really extreme. But in a strange way, poetic way, we're taking our physical stuff that we've sold for years. Remember, we kind of were born in the video store, and we're trading it and hopefully bringing people on board to watch, all the stuff we're now going to be conjuring up and streaming. In many cases, we even have some live streams that we're planning to do shortly to really, really be in the moment. I mean, what we're doing right now is a live stream. I mean, it's sort of the same deal, but a little more elaborate in terms of productions that we're going to pull together and events. So basically we had a great response. Within 2 days, literally, we've we've had about 300 people subscribe to the channel, to the streaming site, and therefore we're about to send out 312 Blu-ray box sets for free. So they get kind of the 2 bites of an interesting apple. They get hundreds of movies. I mean, let's face it, fullmoonfeatures.com, our app, is now our video store. I mean, that's what it is. And we can update things literally, in a moment, a drop of a hat. We're about to make our second really crazy, I can't wait to tell you about it, high concept. Definitely it's an exploitation film. And have
what
it
is
out
it?
on May.
What is it? You got to tell me.
All right, so it's okay. So,
oh, sorry.
And the girl who's the lead, Cody, her character name is Barbie. If in the movie, and this is sort of what binds the first one, Corona Zombies, together, she's talking to her friend, her pal, Kendra. Okay. She's on the phone. Now, Barbie is Cody, and Kendra's played by Robin Sidney, who I've had in a number of my films. Anyway, what happens at the end, again, without revealing the whole thing, but as you know, what happens at the end of Corona Zombies is Barbie's trapped in the 1980s, zombie movie, right? And she runs into the landscape of that 80s movie. We did a whole CGI thing. I can't believe we did all this so quickly. Anyway, she moments later, I guess in sort of surreal time, as we begin our second episode, she's calling her friend, which is also bizarre. I mean, we take leaps of madness. She's calling her friend Kendra, saying, I'm trapped, help me out. Anyway, that's how the second, let's just call it, episode begins, which is called Barbie and Kendra Save the Tiger King.
Oh, Barbie and Kendra Save the Tiger King. Okay. All right. Well, you could not. Yeah, you're jumping on all the trends.
Well,
coronavirus,
we've got a real
Tiger King.
We have an inside scoop. It's a very clever idea. Once again, it's going to be a similar format. Kendra saves Barbie. They go back in Barbie's living room. She's really into a show on a super low rent nature channel called the BPN, Big Pussy Network. and in that craziness, with real clips of the Tiger King and all those characters that surrounded him on the insanely successful Netflix show.
Right.
There's a program which is the highlight of that particular moment when they're looking at this low rent BPN network, which is really going to be a compilation of 2 very well-known jungle movies I can't talk about. Well known to those who like really weird, old, badly made Tarzan movies. One was made in Italy and one was made here. And we, again, it's the same What's Up Tiger Lily vibe and process. And the girls get involved with the show. Intercut with the show are lots of clips, some of which no one's ever seen, of those characters from Tiger King. But we have a real big ace up our sleeves that I can't talk about. But it's going to involve the second most popular character on
So
the Tiger King show.
Someone from Tiger King is in it. You can't say who.
I can't say who, and it's more than just being in it. They're going to reveal some stuff that you will not freaking believe.
Well, I hope you get somebody to play Joe Exotic. I think that'll be that.
Well, we actually are telling his backstory in this faux What's Up Tiger Lily dubbed 60-year-old movie. It's so hard to explain. It's very easy to watch because it's going to be the same spirit, fun characters, writing as Corona Zombies. But bottom line is that's what the next show is. We literally, it was 4 days ago, an idea. We've crafted it together, wrote it. We shoot it on Monday, and it's going to be out on Full Moon Features on May 15th, 3 weeks from today.
Okay, so you almost broke your record of 28 days from concept to screen. That's pretty. It's cutting it close. Maybe, I don't know. You could break your record. But we'll see. But this is such a great time for indie filmmakers to do what you're doing. I feel like you're an inspiration, right? Whatever type of film. And I've seen that Roger Corman even started a quarantine film fest that he's going to judge and help filmmakers out. I feel like this is a time to be creative in when it comes to filmmaking. The thing is this: if you're a big studio or a big television network, you're SOL at this point, because you can't get these giant crews together. You can't have studio audiences for television shows. I mean, it's really like what you're doing I kind of feel like the major studios are going to be copying you. The next Batman movie is going to be over Zoom at this point. So,
well, look, we can move incredibly fast, faster than anyone, really. And we're lucky because of having made these movies forever and we have an established streaming site. We're also on Amazon. We're in that business already. And, like everyone else, as cool as it is in a way to be home and trying to deal with a different sort of definitely surreal reality. The fact that we can do this and that this canvas is open to us, and we've got the delivery system, and it's all something we can do basically online, with the exception of whatever we have to shoot, which is still showing up somewhere to shoot carefully on some set. It opens up 1,000 possibilities. So I'm just happy that this idea of Corona Zombies, which I think turned out well and amusing for people who want to get a good laugh at all of what we're going through. Let's face it, it's pretty weird. And that's the spirit of the movie. And now we're going to be doing the whole Tiger King thing. And we got the third one planned. So we're having some fun with that, but of course we're still releasing and finishing some of our bigger projects. We shot at the end of last year Blade, which is effectively the 12th Puppet Master film. We've been taking our time in special effects and stop motion, and we're having some really great, I think, different sort of. I mean, we're sticking to our non-CGI world because that's not my thing, but we I think pulled off some really clever tricks visually. So Blade is going to be announced probably in the next few weeks. We'll have a kick-ass trailer, and that'll be out, I'm going to guess, around the early part of June. We also have a really high-end, sexy space romp called Femalian Cosmic Crush, for those who want to see some nudity and some sexiness in a really lush, crazy setting. Both of these were shot late last year. And these are more ambitious, more legit sort of 15-day, 20-day shoots, as opposed to the madness of Corona Zombies. So we still have in the can several movies which we'll release over the next few months. But while we're all at home trying to be careful, the fact that we can conjure up these super, I mean, let's face it, these are super exploitation movies. The fact that we're in there with Tiger King, we sort of stumbled on some secrets because of the connection we have with one of the stars of that show. And that makes it even more sort of special and I think newsworthy. But we also have signed a contract where we can't say anything till a certain date. So all I can say is May 15th, man, the Tiger King should be fun. And for those of you who haven't seen Corona Zombies, check it out. We're giving away, again, 12 Blu-ray Puppet Master box set just to sign up to Full Moon. So you'll have a year of insane movies. We release 2-3 movies every week, maybe 4, and our own movies, because, we've acquired films and licensed genre films. So people, when they go on board, they can see not just hundreds of Full Moon movies, but also hundreds of other films that are in our genre that we've licensed over the last few years. So it definitely keeps us busy. And even though I'm sitting in my bizarre office at home, surrounded by, weird art that have nothing to do with Full Moon. It's all, strange images. I mean, look at this one. If I can point to it.
Oh, wow. We got to get a tour when the lockdown's over. Who knows when that'll be.
But a lot of these are turn of the century magic posters and, some really creepy stuff that I enjoy, that I'm inspired by. But so yeah, no, it's fullmoonfeatures.com. Come on board. It's fun. And, we've got the live stream thing about to happen too. That I can't talk about yet, but that's going to be pretty cool too.
All right. Well, let me know. I'd love to chat with you on the live stream. It's always a pleasure to have you on, Charlie. You're such an inspiration to indie filmmakers. Whatever they think of your movies, they can love them, hate them, but you have to respect the process. You have to respect what you've built, and the fact that you're creating content here while everybody's shut down and frightened, you can give into fear, or you can use it as motivation to actually do something. So
we are motivated like hell. So I hope people enjoy Corona Zombies. If you haven't seen it, remember Chris saw it 3 times. Now that's
I did.
Awesome.
And I would have seen it. I would have seen it a 4th time. I tried to show my girlfriend. I said, "Come on, we have to watch this," and she was freaked out by the gore. That's how good it is. So,
oh my God, that's hilarious. I will email you the early art for Tiger King, our Tiger King show.
Oh, that's great.
Barbie. It's so, I don't want to spoil it, so you'll see it soon enough. But thanks for this. What do you call this? Is this a
I don't know, a live cast, live cast podcast? Live cast. Yeah, let's do it again when the Tiger King movie comes out in May. Let's do this again.
We'll do it for sure. And you take care. All right.
All right. You take care. Thanks,
later.
Charlie.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon. All right. I just want to say thank you also for watching the Film Threat podcast. If you're watching it here on YouTube, also want to thank you. If you're listening, you can support us. You can go to soundcloud.com/filmthreat, or also you can just share, subscribe, tell us what you think, post a comment and whatnot, and also check in on the podcast. Thank you so much. We got to have Charlie Band on again. He was amazing. He was awesome.